All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It's Wednesday, Wanderlust Wednesday here in the cave. What? 2 episodes in a week? Unheard of. As I said, we're working on it. We're trying. We're doing our best here. Wanderlust Wednesday, I haven't done one of those in a while, and I've got all these topics in my head. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do that one. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know how I decide things. But sometimes I just hear a song and then I just go with it. And then other times I said, that's the one I'm going to do. And then I'm ready to do it. And then I'm like, nah, I'm not feeling I'm going to do it. And we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it all. We're in season 5 and we're just plugging along here, right? All right. Got that out of the system. What are we talking about today? Well, we always know what we're talking about because you look and you're like, oh, it says it right there, right? So there's no surprises here in the cave. That's tough. But we're talking about the Thompson Twins. Yes. Love the Thompson Twins. I know there's some fans out there. You know who you are. But I'm a huge fan of the Thompson Twins. British band formed in 1977 in Sheffield, England, the UK. Who else came out of Sheffield? Anyone know? Lots of bands. Human League, love them. They'll have to show up again soon. ABC, love them. They'll have to show up again soon. Heaven 17, I don't think I've covered them. Might need to do that. Little band called Def Leppard. I don't know if you've heard of them. They came out of there. Ace. How long? From the 1970s, Ace. How long? Little tidbit about that one. Who's that singing that song? That's Paul Carrack, the golden voice, the man of the golden voice, Paul Carrack. But anyway, that's Ace. If you don't know who that is, check it out. But the heyday of Thompson Twins, of course, was 82 to 86, right? And that's when they were a trio. They started off with lots of members and, of course, lineup changes. But 82, 86, the second British invasion of new wave music, whatever you want to say. But that classic lineup of Tom Bailey, Alana Curry, and Joe Leeway. Of note, 1982, their second album, Set, had Thomas Dolby playing keyboards on there and some live shows as they were getting up to speed with keyboards. But that had the single In the Name of Love, which ended up becoming a #1 dance hit in the United States. And then April of 82, that's when they kind of said, everyone, all you guys, this based on this In the Name of Love, this is what we want to do. We're breaking up. Here's 500 pounds. And then they just became the trio. And then put out in 83 Quick Step and Sidekick. And that's where I come in to their life as they know it. MTV, I have it in 1982, and they put out that record, and Lies and Love on Your Side are all over the place on there. And that's when I became a Thompson Twins fan. I'm going to go a little bit all over the place because in late 83, they released Into the Gap, and those are the ones you hear the song. Like if you know the Thompson Twins, you know those ones from 83. Hold Me Now. Late 83, so 84, summer of 84. Hold Me Now, Doctor, Doctor, You Take Me Up. Lay Your Hands on Me. Those are the ones that you all know, right? King for a Day in 85. They played Live Aid in 85. You're like, Mark, this isn't Wanderlust Wednesday. What's going on here? And you might have a point. But what I'm saying is what I feel like you don't hear is Love on Your Side. Am I right? You tell me. I mean, do you guys know this song? I mean, if you're a casual fan of the Thompson Twins and you know those other songs, do you know Love on Your Side? You maybe know Lies. Maybe you don't. Lies, Love on Your Side. Then you get a little deeper. We Are Detective and Waiting. Those are great songs from that album. So there's your deep cuts right there. They opened up for the Police in 83, by the way. How about that? And then later, You Take Me Up. Great song. Do they play that nowadays? That's the things I don't know. Like sometimes I'm like, wait, do people know these songs and I'm just being dumb? And you're like, Mark, I know all these Thompson Twins songs. What you're talking about? Sit down. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. But fast forward, Paul Chabot, you know where this is going. Fast forward, lineup changes, trying to put out records. Then they bring in different producers and all this stuff. But they break up. In 1993, once again, I come in. This is where I come in again in their lives. They don't even know it. Ringy dingy. This CD shows up at the record store music outlet. Rip. Gary, love you. And it's called Babel. When we get with CDs in, we just throw them in. I throw this in and I was like, what am I listening to? It was like ambient music, I guess EDM, early EDM, but like, and I was totally into Enigma. Remember that whole time when people went into Gregorian chants? I went deep on that, by the way. And I was like, what is this? This is so good. And it took me, see, this is the problem with the 1993, the 90s, whatever, before the internet. I don't know how long it took me to figure out that Babel was Thompson Twins without one member. I don't even know. I don't know. It could have been years. I'm not sure. But Tom and Lena put out, she changed it, did all this stuff. Babel, changed her name to Babel, and put out The Stone, which I just listened to over and over and over again. And in '96, they put out another album, Ether, which is the same thing. Love these records. Introduced it to Paul Chabot, and he's beside himself about all this music. And we've done a show on Babel. I'm not here to talk about Babel, but I'm just saying that's the Thompson Twins minus one person, and they changed their musical style, and it was awesome. So, if you don't know Babel, check it out. But it's not going to be a Thompson Twins record. 7 minutes. All right, Thompson Twins. That's what you're doing. You're telling me about Thompson Twins. You guys love them as much as I do? Because those are some great songs right there. But check out Lies, Love on Your Side, We Are Detective, Watching, You Take Me Up. Check those out. Whatever you're doing today, as usual. Is there another episode this week in me? I'm not sure. We'll see. Catch you on the flip side.
Love on your side. I bought you sentimental roses, but you gave them all